Very relaxing, almost meditative. Oh, sorry. I took a not a sleeping pill, but something last night that definitely made me drowsy. Appreciate your patience with me today. Is this recording? Yeah, it's being recorded. So, one of the things I wanted to point out again today, we had a pretty good run with this indicator. No, I'm just kidding. This is the daily cycle markers big brother, the uh, Tachyon Orion. And the Orion tool was developed to help detect longer term cycles that last about a week. Can everybody hear me okay? Who else is here? Just want to say good morning. Gito, good to see you, Tom. And so this chart, to make it work, for a very long time, I had to invert the signals. And right here, you'll see the dot offset is a negative number. And I changed green to red, and then Earl, I changed red to green. So I flipped the polarity of the signals to get the accuracy that I had. Well, back in April this past year, we had a class entitled The Sun and the Market Crash. And I told 50 people that October would be a very important astronomical time for us, that these cycles we were watching were going to have a huge impact on the markets. What I didn't really understand was that from this point forward, Earl, all the signals went back to normal. They stopped inverting. So if you look here, I've taken all the green dots and I've covered them up. And I've taken all the red dots and I've covered them up. And I made everything opposite, which was normal. I made everything normal again. And what you'll see is that these normal signals are delineating the highs and the lows with the same accuracy they were prior to the inversion. Does that make sense, Gito? Tom? Perfectly. And so we've got 4 more calendar days. I originally inverted probably about 4 months ago to make the signals work. Back when we were in the first crash over here. So back in December of last year. Yeah. So if you're using this Orion tool, and Earl, you've got access to it, you don't have to flip the signals anymore. Everything's normal. What would be very interesting to me is to see how much lower this can go. In all honesty, it's pretty big moves. Doing some force stuff here. But now that I know that, I'll know when the bottoms are coming in for that last push up. And you know what? If we wanted to, we could check one more thing out. I don't know if that's something that's interesting to everybody here or not. Is that something you guys want to take one more step? Or just kind of leave it? Tom says, let's push it. Okay. I haven't done this in a while. It's usually a wild ride, Tom. And we'll get into this here in a second. First of all, why don't we save this workspace? File. New chart. Yes. Day. So I'm loading up two charts. One is present day, ES. The other is 2008. Two 2007, 2010, 2008. Okay. Where have we seen this before? So this is the peak. Tom, you see what the date is right there in the 2008 recession? October 11th. This is October 4th. So they're off a week. I'm sorry. Sue me. This one was June. This was August. Unless this is August. Okay. Maybe the sleeping pill was good. It wasn't a sleeping pill. But... All right. I'm going to ask a lot of questions, and I need you guys to kind of help me work this out, because mentally it's a big deal for me to get through this sometimes. In August, we have a period of consolidation. So there's this up, down, up, down, up, down. They're shaking out, people trying to build up some momentum. And then in 2018, we have this. Same period of time. So what I'm going to do, Gito, Tom, Earl, I'm going to mark these important similarities as we go, so that you can keep track of what I'm comparing to what. So we'll call that A. We're going to call the high B. You're starting to see it. Now I'm going to take A and I'm going to extend it over. And I'm going to increase the opacity of the background. Yeah, this turned out to be a good YouTube channel. Okay, so what I'm doing over here, Earl, is I'm extending the pattern from 2008. And we'll call it C. And if you want to learn more about how I determined October this year would be the high, there's a video on our YouTube channel, Back to the Future Trading, that talks about how we derive that information. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, is everybody good so far with where I've put the dots and the colors and stuff? Not the dots, the markers, the letters. All right. Now, here's where it gets really cool. I think it gets cool anyway. The structure starts to line up. One, let's make it my new favorite color, orange. One, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. And now, Cheeto, I'm going to connect these with 2 lines. Now you're saying, well, why would you do that? You'll see here in a second. on. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. So we'll call this cluster D. Once you see that, everything starts to fill in. E. E. E is this low before it pulls up into C. Okay, so now I have this, I have that. I have this, I have that. Mother F word. Did you see it, Earl? Holy cow, holy cow, holy cow, it's happening. I'm too good. I'm too good at this. Somebody call CNBC. Get me on. They never call me. Why did they never call me? That's all I want, Earl. I want my mother-in-law to say that her son-in-law was on TV and he sounded smart. Check this one out. This is what I wanted you to see. Right here. All right, let's not get too carried away. But guys, come on, seriously. G. Let's call this G. Then we'll call this G. God, it even has the same little blue candle right here. And there's the blue candle right there. That's maddening that no one's talking about this. People could know, they could be warned. Okay. That's a pretty beautiful thing. I think it's beautiful anyway. Then there's all sorts of stuff you can do. It's at 180. $342 to here. From E to D is 218. from E to D. It's 117. So it was 342 to there. It was 200. It was off. Where is 180 up here? That's 180. So what's scary about this one, Earl, is the moves are bigger. The moves are bigger in relation to the 2008 crash. That kind of sent me on the sideline for a second, mentally like, whoa. All right. So we are here, guys. On both sides. That's where we are right now. What's the next logical question to ask when we start searching for each? Anybody? What's the next logical question to ask? Good morning, Mr. Hawkins. Anybody? Where's the bottom? Thank you, Cheeto. So on this chart, is there anything that points to what this might be? Huh. So this was May of 2005. May of 2005. Seems to have a profound effect on that market. There's a price that is baked in. May of 2005. So this is 2018. 2015, May. And I'm going to approximate that. Earl, it looks like it should be somewhere around here, right? 2015. Here's 2016. 2014, 2015, April, May. Oh no. No. High drop. Now, I hope I'm wrong about this. I can't be right about that. I'm going to get rid of my line over here. So here's May of 2015. Who can tell me where they see a similarity on this chart? So Earl, if I put a circle here, where does the equivalent circle go on this chart? Over here. Where do I put it? That's right. So Gito, do we see any similarities between the chart on the left and the chart on the right? Starts to climb up after that. It's the first place we see that kind of a pattern. There's another one. It occurs February and March, even lower, but let's just assume it's the first one. There's two assumptions we can make. Number one, that May was the marker. So I'm going to put my vertical line here. I'm going to put my vertical line here. This low, the low where we were here, was important. May, let's say the closing price was May 20th. That's the one that kind of bounces around a lot, the OPL right there. So let's say it's May. You know what, Earl, I might be wrong. It might be over here. Let's look for the equivalent little doodad, but this one has it in July. It's that little stop run. But we kind of all know that it's sort of in this area, right? So if we go by this May area, it's the line is somewhere in here. Would everyone at least concede that? And it might be this little July boobop right here. But what that means is that guys, that's 400 points away. Let's see if we have any other clues. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Let's see if we have any other clues. Okay, so in 2008, there's a resonant angle that's being followed like that. I'm going to measure around and see if I have it better. Yeah, that's actually it. So there's the resonant angle from 2008. that the market is following. So I'm going to go back in my Wayback Machine, and I'm going to capture that angle because we need it for construction. 2007. That was it right here. Okay, so I'm going to grab the angle from here. Okay, so you can kind of see where I'm grabbing that from. And that's it perfectly. So I'm drawing this line because it has significance here, here, all along under here, here, all along here, and then again underneath right there. And if I move the angle around, Earl, do you see how it's acting as support underneath? Like right there, and then again right here. What I'm looking for, that first bounce. The first bounce, the first bottom keys in off of the low of that cluster. It keys in off of right here. We're going to draw the angle off of that little teat sticking down. But we're going to do it so the angle, equivalent angle, is from here to here. And then I'm going to take this line and I'm just going to bring it forward. All right, so here we are. So I got to find A. A is here. And the lowest point of A. We're already below it. The lowest point of A is right here. Well, that's not a good sign. But what's creepy, Earl, check out where the angle is laying in relation to where we drew it. That's kind of whacked. I say whacked because the touch was here, all along in here, all along there, the close below that, and now the rejection coming out of G. Okay, that's not good. We're already below it. And in the past, it was a bottom. So let's go by how many days. Okay. Let's do a day count. So right here is the first bar out of the consolidation period. Over here is the first bar out of the consolidation period. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6 days before the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that a better way of looking at it? I think so. I definitely think so. So let's look at it also from this side. We had this move into it, and then we had this move out of it. So from this high, Earl, to the low was that yellow line. Make it blue and solid. That wave, and then the wave underneath it. So from the top to the bottom, and then the bottom to the bottom. That's just how I'm measuring. I don't know why. It kind of fits when I do that. Over here, the top to the bottom, and then the bottom to the bottom. If I measure it the same way, 2440, 2433, well, now I have to be precise. If I'm going to start doing this, I'm going to use the candle bodies to mark the bottom. And the candle bodies to mark that. Let's go straight instead of going at an angle. So I have from here to the first low. And then that goes below the low. Let's try that over here. From here to the first low, and then the breakout of the low. Yeah, it all kind of points to the same area here, guys. $24.40, $24.50. There's 2,500. That's all I got for you. We got 4 or 5 more days of this. No, 2 or 3 more days to hit the low. How do you know it when you see it? You'll see the double legs. That'll be the low short term. And we will come back and test that low. And then we will break through that low. But at least we'll know what's going on.